Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of my MotoGP 18 Rider Career Mode, and we are back and the start of my Moto3 chapter, and we are here with Red Bull KTM Ayo. And if you guys did miss the last episode to see how we got to this point, then do check out the last one in the card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screen. But we are here, it's the start of the Moto3 season. We have a brand new yellow colour number on the bike, sticking with the red sort of boots and gloves combination, and also the helmet as well. We're sticking with the one that we had before, but a brand new team. I love the colour of the KTM, and I'd like to go with KTM all the way to the top. As you can see on the right hand side, we are leaning towards being a first driver at the moment, so we've got to try and pursue that and try and get the first driver contract. And also, the interesting chapter here and the new thing on this year's game, bike development. Now this is going to be interesting because I had a little look around before. It's a very simple concept which I really like. So all the different parts are on screen. They're all worth the same amount of points, which is 3,905, and you've basically got different levels, so you can choose between what you prefer, and it's as simple as that. So it's a very simple concept, and starting from now we're going to start putting points away to try and improve. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not really sure how you get points, whether you have to practice or not. We'll find that one out, but I'm going to stick with qualifying and race, and let's see how many points we get. But I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. We're running 100% AI difficulty. A lot of you guys had to boost it up for this now. I'm going to try Qatar, see how it goes, and if I get smashed, then I'm going to stick with 100. If I smash the AI, then I'll up it to about 110. So let's see how this one goes. Let's jump into Qatar, the first race of the Moto3 season, and it's time for qualifying. Here we go then, new garage, new surroundings, and Moto3 qualifying time. Let's try and get used to this new bike. It should be pretty similar to the Red Bull Rookies one, but there's going to be a little bit more power on this one. But let's get into it, qualifying time. Okay, so in the bottom right, a lot of you were saying about the assist situation. Traction control seems to be on, so we're going to turn that off. Hopefully it stays off. Let's try and do some lap times, and let's see where we go. We just got overtaken by Lopez, who was in P24. We're like 2.5 seconds off the pace, so don't expect us to be in pole position anytime soon as we come across the line and we remain in last place, 2.9 off the pace. Massive learning curve. We need to try and improve the pace here. Right, second attempt, we've been left behind by Lopez, so again I don't think we're going to improve massively. I mean, it will be a personal best, but we got up to P26. We're definitely struggling here. This is going to be interesting. We're back down to P29 again, last place I think. We are on for an improvement though. I'm going to call it a lap here, and I'm going to come back in because I don't feel like I'm finding much pace. We go P20 at 1.9 off the pace, but I'm going to come in and change some bike settings I think. Okay, we made a few changes to the bike. I've requested a bit more straight line speed, and I've also lowered my gear ratios a bit. So let's see if it makes any difference. I've got to really just go for it now and throw it into every single corner. Right now, we're not even on for a personal best here. We are really struggling here with 100 AR, and this is why I didn't want to make the difficulty any harder. But there we go, across the line. We do improve to penultimate place. I think I can get a bit more time off it. I've just got to get the perfect lap. I backed out that attempt because I had Jacob Kuhnfeld right behind me, and I didn't really want that pressure having a rider behind me. So we're going to try again, but we are struggling. Last minute of qualifying, last lap. Let's just go for it. Okay, then out the final corner. I can't believe this is like the first time on any MotoGP game I've genuinely been challenged by a qualifying session and AI pace. But here we go. On for a personal best, up to the line. Do we improve by much? I guess we'll find out very shortly, but that was the best I could do. Genuinely, I do not know what I could have done differently. But anyway, let's have a look at the final results. Jorge Martin puts it on pole with a 2:05 dead. This is the part where it gets painful because we're going to start going down and we're going to start seeing where we are. So, 27th, not great. To be fair, I'm not disappointed because we're only 2 tenths behind our teammate, Darren Binder. So that's not too bad. The issue is that we're second from last. But, you know, I can't complain too much. Like I said, we are second from last, but we are only 2 tenths, never that, a tenth and a half behind Darren Binder. So that's not too bad. If we can beat our teammate, we'll be doing a good job tomorrow. But this is a very different situation to what I'm used to. But I'm looking forward to the race tomorrow, and hopefully we can find some more race pace. But let's just jump into it now for the first race of the season.
We're moving now to the Moto3 class grid, where engineers and technicians are ironing out the last few details before the race starts.
Okay then, first race of the season under the night lights. I love this track, Qatar, such a good track to ride on. Really nice flowing circuit. But here's the thing. I'm going to do a little bit of experiment in this race. So what we're going to do is, if we look at the settings on the bike, now in terms of the power, traction control is on 4. It keeps on resetting itself, which I'm guessing is because it's on, because it's an actual setup thing you can change on the bike. So I was running it off in qualifying. I'm going to run it on for the race and see if it makes a difference. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be my little experiment on the race. And in terms of the tyres, I'm not sure to run a harder compound because Qatar is pretty hard on the tyres. I might run a medium rear just in case. But that's going to be the plan. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an interesting race. You know, I always enjoy the challenge, whether it's from the front of the grid or from the back. It's always exciting. But hopefully we can have a good race. I'm hoping maybe the traction control is what we need. And it's not necessarily because I need it, because I can ride the bike without it, no problem. But I'm guessing it's just a thing that's built on the bikes and is there for a reason. And it's an exploit to be used because obviously everybody must use it. So we're going to discover that real quickly in this race. So let's jump into it now for the first race of the Moto3 season. Right then, first of all, will our starts get any better? That's going to be the first order of business. 5 red lights, and we are away from P27, and we've lost the 2 places that we had gained in qualifying. But anyway, 4 long laps ahead of us, over a 2 minute lap, so it's a very long race. Into turn 1 for the first time, just keeping our nose out of trouble. A little bit tight, a bit too tight on the curb to be fair. We barge our way through. I want to see what the traction control is like, and I can actually throw the bike around. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, that's the problem, but we'll see what happens. The tail still wants to slip out on me, which is very good. But anyway, we've recovered a place. We're back into P28. We need to make our way through the field slow and steadily. No need to rush into any moves. I want to try and be tactical about this and be smart. And also, I've got to be honest, I'm not expecting to really have the pace to make many moves. I'm going off qualifying pace. And based on a qualifying pace, I didn't really have that much speed. So let's see how it goes. So far, we're looking okay. We've got that bike there, going to be out of shape. Ramirez, I think his name was. But we've got a nice bit of exit there. We're going to get on the outside for the next corner, which isn't ideal. So outside lines never work in motorbike racing unless you're running a very easy difficulty. So you have to bring the bike back down to shut off there, the last guy. This is going to be, so I don't think I'm going to stop commentating this one because it's going to be action all the time. Moto3 also is always overtakes. We've got a nice run through there. Throwing it into the next left hand again on the inside of Marcos Ramirez. Bit more contact. Everyone just hits each other in this category. Albert Arenas there. So I did go a little bit hard, but you know, all part of the fun. Up the inside, nice bit of straight line speed difference. And now this corner here is where we're going to try and gain some time. We're throwing it in there. Nice there, getting it done. Nicely done. Up the inside of Livio Loy, possibly. Nice move. Balega, Nicola Balega down to P23 in the Sky VR46 team. That's pretty surprising. Not really finding any pace. But we're making the moves now, just through this section here. I seem to be pretty good through these fast corners, which is very encouraging. It just seems to be out of traction zones and brake zones, which I'm a bit shaky in. But high speed sections, I seem to be pretty okay. So here we got the inside of Kazuki Masaki, not quite. Rear end tyre wanting to step out at me there, but onto the front straight. I know this KTM bike has a lot of front power and straight line speed, so I can hopefully try and push 6th gear action. Getting the slipstream from Masaki now to the inside, up into P22 as we make our way onto the start of lap 2 and to turn 1. Then it's Fagoya next up in the other Sky VR46 bike. So far, so good. Traction control seems to be helping out, at least in our race pace in this early stage. P15 is points, so if I could get P15, that would be a very good result for me. I'd be very, very happy with that. We seem to be doing better with traction control on. My pace still isn't to win a race, but we have pace to fight these guys, and I definitely have pace to maybe score a point or two, but we have to be perfect, and I'm definitely using the rear tyre a lot more. The medium tyre is going to help me out a lot, I think, in terms of the way I'm running this bike with traction control on. But anyway, right now, we're looking good for pace. We're keeping up with Dennis Fagoya here as we go into the final corner. I need to try and improve on the brakes a bit and get my nose into the corners without falling off the bike, but that was very nicely done, very tidy through the final corner as we go on to the start of lap 3. Let's see if anyone sets the fastest lap, and I want to see what my pace is relative to the fastest lap. So there's Connect with a 2:05.1. So as you can see, we are still an easy 2 seconds a lap, 2.5 seconds a lap off the front runner's pace. So traction control hasn't really resolved the issue. So it just seems that the race pace is just a bit lower than the qualifying pace, which gives me a chance to race these guys. But we need to find something in these races. It's so frustrating seeing so many bikes just up the road and we're all just so close for pace. That is what Moto3 is though in its essence. It's just bikes that are so close. I mean, the real life races are just like this. Everyone's just so evenly matched for pace. It's very rare to see a breakaway or the pack really split up in the races. Like, get a little bit too hot into there. But we're catching up to the guy in front of us now, Jaume Masia. I want to see if I can maybe line up for a move sometime soon. But this sector here, sector 3 is where we're strongest, into sector 4. But then we need to just get nice and close into the front straight, which I seem to be struggling to get. I'm a little bit close to this lap, but Not close enough as we now go into the final lap of the Grand Prix. I can see my teammate just there. He's in P15. I think he's the man in the points. Or just outside, but he's just up the road. I can see him, which is so frustrating. So I'm definitely going to lose my teammate this race. But can I get anything out of this? Points are going to be a real struggle as well. I was going to try and get into the top 20. I definitely could have gone for the soft rear. I mean, my rear tyre is barely worn out. I don't know if that's because of the traction control, but we could have definitely run a soft rear. Right then, we're coming into my best part of the track. If I get it all right, I'm going to gain a lot of time. So I'm just going to throw it into these corners now and hope for the best. So first up, Jaime Macia. Can we try and get past him here? Up the inside, a little bit of a barge, but we've made our way past. Into the next right-hander. Fogoya next. Very nicely done through the bumps there. Getting a nice bit of momentum. We've only got 2 more corners to go. This one in the final corner. Attacking the apex. A little bit wide on the exit. I just got the wrong line through there. A little bit of air time on the bike on the front end, but into the final corner. It's going to leave me quite in a good position to try and pick up a slipstream on these guys. Opening up the bike, opening up the taps onto the home stretch. The race is over, but can we pick up any more positions in the slipstream here? We're in the slipstream of Dennis. We're not really close enough, I don't think. And it's going to be P21 across the line. Yes, it is. Oh well. Not happy. You can see the shake of the head. It's nothing more needs to be said. A disappointing race. We've not got the pace. This is very... I did not expect this at all. I thought Darren Binder would be right up the front end, my teammate. I thought this was a really good bike. It might still be a really good bike, but I seem to be really struggling with it. Either way, you can see there, Aaron Canet takes home the race win, and Jorge Martin just misses out with Nicola Antonelli in 3rd place. But I want to see what my lap was at the end there on that last lap of the Grand Prix. I'm curious. And 206.2. That's not bad. That was my best lap of the entire weekend. That was about, I want to say, over half a second faster than my qualifying lap. And that lap time there, that was way faster than most lap times. That was definitely a lap time worthy of maybe scoring some points. So there is a positive there, I guess. And there is some positive signs. But anyway, let's move into the next race in Argentina, I believe. Right then, Argentina, another new track, a track that we didn't do in the Red Bull Rookies Cup, so it's the first time I see this circuit on the new MotoGP game, so let's see how it goes. But that last lap in the race in Qatar gave me good encouragement for this qualifying session. So far looking so good, literally matching the pole time at the minute after 3 sectors. I'm 300ths off into this now final section of the lap, so far we're looking very, very racy here and very, very quick. That was only my first attempt, and do we go fast? It's not quite. We do lose 1.6 in that final sector, so that's a very weak point I need to try and improve on. But the first 3 sectors look good. 3/10 up in sector 1, good start to the lap. We're looking racy. We just got to try and get that final sector hooked up. It definitely looks like a case of the AI being strong at different sort of tracks, so Qatar's definitely going to be one to keep in mind for future seasons where the AI just seem to be ridiculously strong. Okay, that's interesting. I've lost 1.7 in just sector 3 alone. I was 6/10 up in sector 2, so there's a hell of a lot of inconsistency over the lap, which I need to try and resolve. Right, 1.5 off. The final sector was fine this time, so that lap of sector 3 which let me down. See, this time 3/10 down in sector 1, but that's still a personal best. There's a lot of inconsistency right now. I just need to keep pushing. See, that lap I've gained a 10th in the sector 3, and now I'm only half a second off. I'm not really sure what to make of this. I think we just got to keep on going because everyone's just constantly improving. Final corner. Is that an improvement? Yes, it is. P7, 6/10 off. Okay, I think we've finally got a bit of a benchmark lap time, so let's try and build on this now. Right, that middle sector, even though I'm down on my personal best, I actually went 2/10 faster than my personal best, so it's looking good. Inside of Marcos Ramirez here, getting the power down nice and early. Going to try and attack the final apex, keep it nice and tight, and there we go. We do actually improve the P6, so as the lap went on, we got better. I think I can hook one up here if I get it perfect. Okay, final section now, power down. 4/10 down in sector 3. Can we improve? Yes, we do. P2, fastest final sector out of everyone. So we're looking good here. We could maybe make something happen. Try one more time. Ah, damn it. Pushing too hard. I think I'm not really sure what to do. I think we're going to just call it there. I don't really want to make any improvements to the bike when it changes. I'm quite happy with how the bike handles. I'm just really on the limit to get that second place. So I think we'll just stick with it and try and make something happen with it in the race tomorrow. But overall, I'm quite happy with that.
That brings an end to this qualifying session. And after a thrilling contest where the riders gave their all right up until the end, we can finally find out the name of the rider who will start from pole position tomorrow.
So it looks like it's not too bad. Second place, Canet had some incredible pace. I mean, he's 4/10 clear of me, and then everyone else just could not match up. But let's see where my teammate is. I'm curious to see. and he is down in P25. So I think we've outperformed the bike for this one. Still struggle to get first place, but overall, very good performance, and we move into the race tomorrow.
We are now transmitting from the starting grid, where everything seems ready. It's always difficult to predict the results of a Moto3 race, but the riders we're seeing right now definitely seem to be the favourites.
It's time for the race, guys, and this time we're going to stick with the soft tyre. I'm not going to touch anything. We're going to run the traction control as well, and we're going to hope for the best. We're just going to try and attack the race and try and go at it and see what happens and hope for the best. I think we can do something better today. I've got to be realistic. I want to just try and get a top 8 is what my target is, I think it is, so or top 6. So if I can just get inside the top 5, or even if I can get the podium, I'll be extremely happy if I can hold on to a podium, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not holding my breath. Race pace could be a completely different story, like we saw in Qatar. So let's jump into it. It's time for round 2 in Argentina. Right then, here we go. We're getting ready for the 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go in Argentina, and it's not a great start by any means as we get a bit out of shape. I just don't know what to do to get a good start in this game, I really don't. But anyway, turn one for the first time, inside line and getting barged around like a sack of potatoes. Let's try and get into a bit of a rhythm here. Down to P9 at the minute, not a great start at all, but hopefully we can make some recovery and try and get ourselves back up to where we were. Inside line through there, traction on early. Bringing it through the right hand, through the kink, not flat quite, but we do get a nice bit of momentum through there. And now it's time for this incredibly long back straight. We're going to pick up a nice slipstream, hopefully, on the bike in front here. And we've got to try and brake now as late as we dare into this heavy brake zone towards the end of Sector 1, or into the start of Sector 2 more like. Very nicely done. Nose down, not quite. Bike set back underneath me, but on the traction. Can we get back up the inside here? Force our way through, get past Marco Bezzecchi. Yes, we do. Philip Ertl up next with a familiar face from Moto3 in last year's game. Braking late, I'm a little bit hot into there. Almost lost the bike on the front, just about held it on. Sector 3, I'm actually quite strong. I had that little scare where I was really slow on that one lap in qualifying, but then I found my mojo around this sector, so I feel confident that I can do some damage if I can just get it hooked up to a T. Back end really flirting with the limits here, but so far P7, not a great first lap by any means as I get on the grass. Also risky stuff there, but if we can just recover and get inside the top 5, that'd be good. We can get some momentum going then. Okay, through the final corner I've got a nice momentum boost, and we're going to get to the inside of Philip Ertl into turn 1 here. On the brakes, keeping it nice and tight to the inside line on the apex. A little bit of third gear action, open up the line. Sort of different I'm taking to the AR where I seem to get more speed. Sector 1 is not too bad for me, I'm quite good around here. So turn 2, nice and tight. Try to stay tight and then open up turn 3. I'm a little bit wide of the apex, which isn't ideal, but we're up into P6 now. Fabio Di Gianantonio is next. Let's try and hunt him down. Okay, we're getting close to Fabio here. We might be able to make a move. It's 5 laps this race, so a long way to go still. Wide entry to the final corner to come really sharp back underneath him into the penultimate corner. Now we're going to try and get on the inside, and there it is. There's the move. That's what I'm talking about. P5. We're making the recovery now, and we're coming into this race. Lap 4, no real progress made. Hopefully we can try and get past Enea Bastianini here. I want to try and get that podium. That podium doesn't seem out of reach. You know, we've still got 2 laps to go here. It's definitely possible. Aaron Canet is doing fastest lap after fastest lap. We've pulled away from Di Gianantonio behind, but we just can't make the inroad to Enea Bastianini in front. I'm trying my hardest, but he's got some good pace. Okay, final few corners of the lap now, going into the 3rd sector. This is my strongest part of the lap. This is where I'm at my best. And we are the closest we've been to Enea Bastianini here so far, so maybe we can try and line up a move. Very nice and low on the apex, which is good, but we're going to go very wide on the exit. A little bit too wide onto the grass. Pushing the limits of the track a little bit too much there. I don't know if we've got enough to come back at Enea just now into the final corners. Now, final penultimate hairpin. First gear action. Power on, inside line. Oh, yes, we got it to the line. We just slid underneath Bastianini there for P4. Now, we'll take that. That is a very good result. I'm not going to complain. I know we started in 2nd, but I'm not too fussed. We only would have had the pace for 3rd place. 1st and 2nd were just completely unattainable. But overall, I'll take that. That is a very good way to bounce back from Qatar, and I'm not going to complain about that one bit. And in terms of the final race results, you can see on screen, 4th, not bad. I'll take it. And we brought home the fastest lap of the Grand Prix right on the last lap there. That was the fastest lap of the race. So, once again, more positive signs, and we seem to get stronger as the race goes on, which is very, very encouraging. So, overall, I'm not going to complain. Connect takes 2 out of 2, and yeah, we get a 4th. So, overall, very good for us. But in terms of the Riders' Championship, you can see Connect leads the way. Martin 10 points behind, and we now boost ourselves into the top 9, as you can see there, into 9th place. So, very, very positive news for us, and I cannot complain about that one bit. And in terms of the reputation, we went into a minus 100 or something in the last race. We've bounced back, and we've gone into 1,228. We've now got 4,000 development points. So I'm pretty sure that means it's time for some upgrades in the motorbike. So we're going to stick some on, and hopefully it works out for us. But as you can see, the team is definitely much happier with me this race. The celebrations are well underway, and the result was definitely much, much better than Qatar, and a good way to bounce back. Hopefully this can be the start of the season that we really wanted in the first race, and we can just sort of continue on from here and try and gather some momentum. But I won't be surprised if there's more races like Qatar where the AI is just very, very strong. But anyway, let's have a look at the bike development chart, and we're going to do an upgrade. So I've got to be honest, there's one area I feel this bike lacks at the moment, and it's when I'm racing other bikes. I feel like I'm lacking straight line speed. So we're going to just go for the power upgrade in the engine, and we're going to get this underway. So there we go, we've got a nice power upgrade on the bike, so that's going to come in hopefully for the next race. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we've got some good power. But yeah guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode of the MotoGP 18 Rider Career Mode. If you have, then please do leave a like on the video. Let's try and smash 150 likes for this episode. If you're new on here, please subscribe for daily MotoGP and F1 content, and please be sure to turn on your notifications to not miss a single upload from me. And also finally, do be sure to check out these 2 videos on screen if you have missed them by chance. But other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.